Hey guys, it is scorching hot as you can see, but for today's video we will be visiting popular tourist spots in Leyte and of course discuss about their history. Let's go. So first up is the Santo Nino Shrine and Heritage Museum. In 1979, a religious landmark was built in honor of the Holy Child Santo Nino, the patron saint of Tacloban City. Then, in 1986, it became under the requisition of Presidential Commission on Good Government, or PCGG. This two-story structure is only one of the 29 presidential rest houses built by the late former President Ferdinand Marcos. It is for his wife, Imelda, who is of course originally from Tacloban. This served as a chapel, museum, and a guest house with 21 bedrooms, of which 7 is for the Marcos family, 13 guest rooms, and the biggest room is for his wife, Imelda. Currently, it is widely visited by tourists for its affiliation with the Marcos family. Well, it is actually much more lively these days after the 2022 presidential elections. So, for the second tourist spot, this is a really famous place here in Leyte. Yes, it is the MacArthur Leyte Landing Memorial. Back when the US forces were forced to retreat from the Philippines in December 1941, this place has been relinquished to the invading Japanese. This led the Philippines to endure 3 brutal years of occupation. The Battle of Leyte began on the year 1944, 17th of October. The American and Australian troops worked together with Filipino guerrilla forces to invade and capture this area from the Japanese. But on the 20th of October, the US forces returned, led by General MacArthur. Wading knee-deep ashore the Red Beach in Palo, 10 kilometers south of Tacloban, accompanied by a group of high-ranking soldiers and including the future Filipino President, Sergio Osmeña. Ceremonies are held every 20th of October to mark the Lady Gulf landing and the subsequent Allied victory. So it is now our second day, by the way. But before we continue with our third and last tourist spot, I just wanna talk for quite a bit without the script. Just a few details before coming here on our third tourist spot. The Santo Nino Parish Church was actually our first choice for this day, but decided against it when we got there because, well, for me personally, I didn't want to interrupt people in there. It would also make me uncomfortable. So we just decided to choose another tourist spot, which is the Marino Bridge. Of course, we chose this quite impulsively because why not? Because of that, we waited about 30 minutes to an hour, I guess, because initially we didn't know which bus to get on to go there. And yeah, finally, when we got on a bus, it was just in a span of 30 minutes, I guess. I don't know, I was resting my eyes. Yes, guys, don't zoom. I am not sleeping, I am resting my eyes. So finally, we got dropped off in the middle of nowhere. Honestly, we didn't know from the start on which way to go after this, so we just decided to idle, eat our snacks, until finally we got a hold of our synapses, and yes, we had smartphones. Why didn't we use it? So we checked the map and just walked through it. There you go, let's go. Construction of the bridge began in August 1969 and was officially completed in December 1972, but it was only inaugurated on the 2nd of July the following year. It is the same day in celebration of Imelda Marcos' birthday, because Marcos built the bridge as a personal gift to his wife Imelda, using public funds siphoned through the controversial Marcos-Japanese Ada scandal. It was one of the high visibility foreign loan projects initiated by Marcos during the run-up to the 1969 presidential election campaign. Upon its completion, economists and public works engineers quickly tagged it as a white elephant, which was a possession that is useless and expensive to maintain or difficult to dispose of, because its average daily traffic was too low. Yes, it was too low to justify the cost of its construction. As a result, its construction has been associated with what has been the Marcos edifice complex. But thankfully, after a few administrations, the bridge is now considered as a main tourist destination of the Tacloban, and finally served its main purpose both in tourism and the economies of the islands of Samar and Leyte. So for the last part of the video is about Tacloban. Tacloban for several decades was a barrio of Basay Samar. At the time, the place was known as Kankabatok, meaning belonging to Kabatok, because its most prominent inhabitant was named Kabatok. Guys, in the past, Kankabatok was a favorite hunt for fishermen. They would use a bamboo tree called taklob to catch crabs or shrimps. When asked where they were going, the fishermen would answer to Tarakloban, which meant the place where they used taklob to catch crabs. Later, the name was shortened to Tacloban. It is not definitely known when Tacloban became a municipality because records supporting this fact were destroyed during a typhoon. It is commonly believed that Tacloban was officially proclaimed a municipality in the year 1770. Others, however, maintain that it was in 1669 during the Reign of Ashes. It became a major trading town in the late 18th century. The city is well known for its role in the World War II, being a major base for the US forces and the first town liberated by Douglas MacArthur's forces from the Japanese Imperial Forces. For a time, it served as the capital of the Philippines while Manila was under Japanese control. Tacloban City has grown from a small fishing barrio of Basay to a bustling, growing center of commerce and industry, into probably the first most important city in Eastern Visayas.